Alright dear friends, for the purpose of teaching and testing this strategy, I'm using the iqoption broker. You can apply this strategy on any broker you are comfortable with and on any trading platform you're using. It doesn't make a difference. Our time frame is set to 1 minute, and our trade duration can be either 1 or 2 minutes. I'll explain this more as we go along. To implement this strategy, we need 3 indicators, 2 oscillators along with an Ichimoku indicator. So what are the 2 oscillators? I'll add them to the chart one by one. First, we'll add the MACD to our chart. There's no need to change its settings. We'll leave it as the default settings provided by the broker. I'll just increase the line thickness a bit so that you can see it better in the video. The rest of the settings remain the same. The next oscillator we need is the stochastic. We'll also leave its settings as default and make its lines a bit thicker and more visible for the video. Now we have both oscillators added to the chart. Next we need to add the Ichimoku indicator. Let me add it as well. For Ichimoku we don't need to modify the settings. We only need 2 lines from it, Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen. So I'll remove the other components of the Ichimoku to keep the chart clean and less cluttered, making it easier for you to follow along in the video. If the other parts are still visible, it's okay, but I'm removing them here so you don't get confused while watching and can see everything clearly. We'll keep just the 2 main lines we need, Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen. In the iqoption broker, these lines are labeled as the conversion line and baseline respectively. It's the same thing. No difference at all. As you can see, we now have 2 lines, one blue and one red, added to our chart. Alright, I'll now give you the necessary explanations and then we'll go over the chart together, reviewing past market data to find points where these scenarios occurred. Then we'll do a few live trades using this method. So here's how it works. For this strategy, we need several confirmations. We get these confirmations using the indicators we've added to the chart, and they help us find the ideal entry points for our trades. This MACD oscillator, which I've already explained in detail in a previous video on the channel, consists of 2 main components. One of the components is the histogram, and the other one is the lines you see on the chart. First, we need to observe a breakout on the MACD, like the one that occurred here or here. It could happen in various places. This breakout is crucial for us. What's the next key point, friends? We need to see a simultaneous breakout on the stochastic as well. The stochastic also has 2 lines, and it should show a breakout at the same time. So, that's 2 points we need to keep in mind. Please pay close attention to these points, everyone. If one of these conditions is not met, our strategy might not work as well. Make sure to either take notes or remember them precisely so that no issues arise. Now, when I say that the 2 breakouts should happen simultaneously, it's okay if there's a slight lag of 1 or 2 candles. It's not a big deal. For example, look here. We see a breakout on the MACD and we also see a breakout on the stochastic here, where the blue line crosses the red line from below and moves upwards. What's our next confirmation, friends? We need to pay attention to the rhythm of the MACD histogram. Look at it carefully. The MACD should show a smooth and consistent rhythm as it changes direction. For example, observe here, the histogram forms an upward curve from below, and gradually the bars become smaller. It moves up, forms a curve at the top, and then we see it shifting back down. Now here we don't quite see the rhythm we're looking for. So the histogram's rhythm is also crucial for us and can be a key point in this strategy. When we see all these signs, meaning the MACD histogram has a consistent rhythm, shows a clear change in direction, the MACD lines show a breakout, and the stochastic also shows a breakout, then we look at the chart and the candles to see their position relative to the 2 Ichimoku lines. Alright friends, let me highlight this area for you. Here we can see that this candle has managed to break above the Tenkan-sen line of the Ichimoku indicator. This candle successfully broke the line upwards, and from this point, the candles have moved above it. When this happens, meaning all the criteria I explained earlier are met, look at this. The stochastic breakout, the MACD breakout, the rhythm of the histogram, the change in direction of the MACD histogram, and finally, the candle breaking the Tenkan-sen line. When all these signals align, we expect the price or candles to move up to at least the Kijun-sen line. Look, it's gone up to at least this point. So in this situation, we could easily make a profit with a 1 or 2 minute trade. Let's look at a few more examples to see if this scenario has occurred elsewhere. Alright friends, take a look here. We can see that the MACD histogram has formed a smooth and consistent rhythm and changed direction downwards. This is our first confirmation. Our histogram's rhythm and shape have shifted. The MACD lines are also showing a breakout. Here the stochastic is also confirming a breakout. On the candles, we see that this red candle has managed to break below the Tenkan-sen line. Now, look where the Kijun-sen is. The price has moved down to this level. This means that after observing this scenario, we could have easily entered a 1 or 2 minute trade at any of these candles, either after the green candle finished or the next one, and made a profit. When I say it will reach this point, that's the minimum target. In both this example and the previous one, we see that it moved even further. In this case, the downtrend continued further, and in the previous example, the uptrend continued further as well. So that's our strategy using the Kijun-sen and Tenkan-sen lines along with the MACD and stochastic indicators. Now let's review different charts and identify any opportunities that meet this condition. We'll do a few live trades as well to test this strategy in real time. Here we have a nearly perfect setup forming. We can see the rhythm of the histogram is relatively acceptable. The stochastic breakout is almost complete here. The MACD is on the verge of breaking out. Additionally, the candles have successfully crossed above our Tenkan-sen line. This is a good opportunity to enter a 1 or 2 minute trade. Now I'll wait for this candle to close to confirm that these breakouts have fully formed. Once the MACD breakout is confirmed, I can enter a 2 minute buy trade. Whether it's a 1 minute or 2 minute trade doesn't make much of a difference in this scenario. Alright, I've entered a buy trade here. Let me explain what's happening, friends. We can see that the MACD histogram rhythm is acceptable and meets the conditions I mentioned earlier. The MACD has broken out here, and the stochastic has also shown a breakout. These two lines are starting to move away from each other. Additionally, the candles have managed to break above our Tenkan-sen line, so I decided to enter a buy trade. I believe I entered a 1 minute trade, if I'm not mistaken. As we can see, it's currently in profit, and we'll wait to see the final result. Yes, this trade has successfully closed in profit. Moreover, we expect the candles to continue moving up to this Kijun-sen line. Now it may not always reach this exact level, and in many cases we see the price even going beyond that line. With this strategy, we can easily make a profit on a 1 or 2 minute trade. As you can see, if I had taken a 2 minute trade here instead of one, it would have still ended in profit. Now I'll look for another opportunity and take another trade to show you more examples. Alright, we need to wait here and see how this candle reacts. If it closes as a red candle and moves down, we can enter a trade on the next candle. Let's wait and watch together. Look here. We can see that the MACD histogram has formed a nice rhythm, moved down, and change direction. We see a breakout on the MACD, a breakout on the stochastic, and now we're just waiting for the candles to break below the Tenkan-sen line and move down towards our Kijun-sen line. Let's see if this happens or not. Alright, this candle closed as a doji right on the line. I'll wait to see how the next candle forms and observe how it closes. To easily and freely register with the quotex broker, click on the link in the video description. Alright, this candle is also a weak one. Although it's red, it has a very small body and lacks strength. It's not a good time to enter a trade just yet, so we need to wait and see how the next candle forms. Alright, we can see that this candle moved upwards. It seems like the price doesn't want to go down. So this turned out to be a good learning point for us. Even if the MACD histogram has a good rhythm, the breakout has occurred, and the stochastic also shows a breakout. If the candles can't break through the Tenkan-sen line, we should not enter a trade. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, it's essential to consider all the conditions and only enter a trade when all the confirmations are met. You can see that here, even though we were missing just one confirmation, if we had entered a trade, we would have faced a loss. Alright friends, it seems like another potential opportunity is forming here. The histogram has an acceptable rhythm and the stochastic breakout has occurred. The candles are trying to break through the Tenkan-sen line. The MACD lines are also on the verge of a breakout. Now, let's wait for this candle to form and see what happens with the next one. Alright, our MACD has almost completed the breakout, so we can enter a trade here. After this candle closes, I'll enter a 2-minute trade. Alright, I've entered the trade here, dear friends. It seems I accidentally opened a 1-minute trade because I forgot to adjust the duration again. But as I mentioned earlier, you can see that the MACD has completed its breakout here, and the stochastic had already broken out a bit earlier. The MACD histogram's rhythm, as you can see, is perfect. It moved up and changed direction. Additionally, the candles managed to break above our Tenkan-sen line. As I mentioned before, whenever this happens, the price usually moves up at least to the Kijun-sen level, so it should move up to at least this area. I entered the trade here, and so far, it's been in profit. Let's wait for the remaining 8 seconds. And yes, this trade was successful and closed with a profit. This strategy, friends, is not something you'll see producing many signals in a short period or all over the chart. You'll need to be a bit patient. You may find fewer opportunities throughout the day that meet all the confirmations and conditions. However, when you do find such setups that align perfectly with the strategy I've explained, the confidence level is very high and you can execute successful trades. You need to practice this strategy a bit. Once you get the hang of it and spend some time on it, you'll be able to tell exactly when to enter a trade and when not to. You'll also learn when it's better to enter a 1-minute trade and when a 2-minute trade is more suitable. All of this will come with time and practice. Please make sure to practice a lot on a demo account first before applying it on your live account. This is a very good strategy and we received many confirmations through it. The trades I executed here didn't consider any price action aspects. I relied solely on the confirmations from these indicators, and as you saw, the results were satisfactory. Make sure to use this strategy and share your experience with it in the comments so that other friends can read and benefit from your insights as well.
Dear friends, to make sure you don't miss any of our videos, please subscribe to the BS Academy channel. Also, activate the notification bell so that you are informed as soon as we publish new videos. Thank you for your support.